Hello and welcome to Just One More Watch. I'm a big fan of Casio watches and I've got a real soft spot for this one, the AE1200, also known as the Casio Royale. But I just picked up this one. This is the AE1000. Features an identical module to the Casio Royale, but a very different case shape, very different strap. Which one do I prefer? Which one should you buy? Let's flip the camera and get into today's comparison and review. So the AE1000, I bought this one on Amazon. I tend to buy all my Casios on Amazon. You get the original box, which is always a bit of a bonus, and the prices tend to be as good as anywhere else. This one cost me, I believe, 30 US dollars because it's in this rather natty, slightly blingy gold color there. You can get these though from around $19.99, bringing it right in alongside the Casio Royale, the AE1200. So you get these chunky little instruction books with the Casios. This one features an identical module to the Casio Royale, the 3198, so should be pretty similar in operation. So plenty going on the dial. As you can see, we've got the main time down at the bottom, including day, date and month. You've got an analog representation of the current time up in the top right. Now, regardless of whether you're using the stopwatch, the dual time mode, whatever, this one stays on the home time. Not the most legible though. You can kind of see there, it does say 1:15, just ticking over to 16 minutes past, but not all that useful if I'm being honest. You've got the world map there. I'm in Sydney, Australia, so it's currently set to my time zone. Now 10-year battery life as it says down at the bottom, and a water resistance of 100 meters, which is fantastic. I always say that's the kind of forget about it water resistance level. You can go swimming, you can do a bit of scuba diving if you like, nothing too deep, but this watch should be able to cope with it no problem. So running through the features, if you press the top right button, there's a single orange LED in the bottom left hand corner. So pressing the bottom left button cycles through the different modes. This is a second time zone here with one click. Press it again and you've got the first of 5 settable alarms, a timer there, stopwatch to follow, and then back to the start. Now if you press this button here, it cycles through 4 pre-programmed time zones, and really that's the party piece of this watch. It's a world time. If you do business with or have relatives in a number of different time zones, you can quickly and easily flick through them all there. Now the button on the top right is just the adjustment. Hold that down and it puts it into set mode. You can get rid of that beep if you so choose, as I have done with my Casio Royale and my other Casio watches. Caseback, pretty standard Casio stuff here. Stainless steel back, made in Thailand this one with the 4 screws. Very easy to replace the battery in these yourself. Lithium batteries for these ones that lasted 10 years, generally available on eBay for $1 to $1.50, so not an expensive watch to maintain. Now 18mm lug widths on these, they can look a little bit goofy if you swap them out onto a NATO strap. This one 43mm in diameter and 13.5mm thick, so those 18mm lugs can look slightly disproportionate if you're moving it around. Now the strap on this one, not my favourite. It's okay for a Casio. It's got that slight dive watch aesthetic with the ripples on either side of the main body of it, but not the most comfortable one in operation, and rather disappointingly, the tang is unsigned. Quite a surprise. I really like the way Casio normally sign all of these tang buckles, but not this one, which is a little bit of a disappointment. So the 4 little pushers on this one, just in plastic on the AE1000. Quite like that gold colour though on the casing, the resin casing. That's why I picked this particular model. So there it is, sitting on my 7-inch wrist, done up nice and tight. I think I can just about get away with this one. It is fairly chunky at 43 mils, but when you're wearing a Casio, I guess all bets are off. These things have slightly different rules of engagement, I think. Certainly not as chunky as a G-Shock. Plenty going on that dial though. So how does it compare to its more famous cousin over here, the Casio Royale? Well, the watches are essentially the same. The dial design is a little bit different, but you can see it's just got the same features. They're just in a different order. It all comes down to case shape and strap.
and I think the Casio Royale wins out in terms of strap. Nice little sign tang buckle there, which I complained about earlier on, lacking on the AE1000, and I find this one sits more comfortably on the wrist. I also prefer the square aesthetic of the case shape on the AE1200 and those little metal pushers. That having been said, if you like a round watch, go for this one. It's the same watch, You can't really go wrong in either case. I just prefer the square looks of the AE1200.
So there you have it. Not really much difference between these two watches. I still prefer the Casio Royale though. However, if you like the look of the AE1000, then go for it. You won't be disappointed. Great specs for the money and a great watch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.